afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Parks Irrigation Farming for Business Solutions for Mr. Muhammadu Shehu. I'm Nate.
My name is Ben.
I'm Cheyenne.
And I'm Ty.
And these are our business solutions for all of his problems.
Alright, so in our mission statement, we wanted to say that we want to help Mr. Shehu succeed in his irrigation farming business. And to do that, we plan on implementing 5 steps to help him succeed. The first is stem grafting. The second is coming up with a more efficient way to reuse his soil. The third is pest control. The fourth is a new type of trench system that we'll be talking about later. And the fifth is an advertisement plan.
Okay, so the first problem that we decided to tackle was stem grafting. So his big problem was that he heard about stem grafting, he wanted to do stem grafting, but he didn't know how to do stem grafting. So we asked him a few questions, and we found out that there were some neighboring farms around him that knew how to do it. So we ended up coming up with an idea to either send him or one of his employees over to learn from the neighboring farm, and then they can come back and share it with everybody else. It should take about $18 for tools, and depends on where he goes for learning.
All right, so another one of Muhammadu's issues was that he would like to expand his farm as well as increase his crop growth while reusing his soil. So we decided to solve his problems by using the materials he already had on his farm. By him continuing to plow his land 3 times a year after every harvest, and by adding 30 tons of manure per acre to his farm, his organic matter will increase by 5.5%. Without this excessive amount of manure on the land, over time, his organic matter will decrease by 20%.
Pests. These are what we have everywhere. Mr. Muhammadu Shehu has 2 known pests, aphids and worms. These pests are entering his crops such as tomatoes, and they are ruining it to be profitable for the market. Our 2 solutions are ginger and pesticides. By planting ginger and pesticides inside, he will not only get rid of the crops, but he can use the ginger as a profit towards the local market.
So our next idea is a new form of trench system that Mr. Shehu can set up. So in essence, what it is he'll be digging a trench along his crops that all lead back to his borehole. And what this does is it helps him conserve water that otherwise is lost due to runoff or evaporation. And it will help him store the water for the dry season when water is scarcer. Also, by doing this, it helps by saturating the soil even further with the water he already uses to supplement his crops, helping them grow healthier by helping their nutrition, helping the roots pull nutrition from the ground. Also, coupled with this idea, we plan on having him have 2 55-gallon drums that he'll keep out during the rainy season. These drums will fill up with water that he can then use to store for the dry season when water is scarcer. And each drum will cost around $60, so this brings our total to $120 for this idea.
So the final problem we tacked was advertisement. So he didn't have a business name, he didn't have a logo, but he wanted some business cards. So basically what we did was we created a logo, and then we also gave him a wide array of options for names that he could choose, and he chose Muhammadu Shehu Farms. And so for business cards, it's all there, and right there in Hausa is a sentence that just says, "We grow and sell delicious fruits and vegetables."
In conclusion, with all of our solution costs totaled up, we've come to a grand total of approximately 190 American US dollars, which is equivalent to 54,000 Nigerian naira. With this being said, this means that we have successfully stayed within our budget of our $200. And one of the sources we used, or the source we used for our facts, was a Penn State research article found online.
Thank you.
Thank you.
business managers. I mean, the articulation, the coordination, everything is superb. Good job.
Thank you.
I liked that you guys clearly spent enough time talking to your business owner or asked him the right questions to figure out what exactly was the obstacle to the use of stem grafting in his business. Oftentimes the most important step towards finding a good solution is making sure you really understand the problem. So you demonstrated that you really understood the problem, and you had a very specific solution that made use of local resources. So that was great. I really liked that.
My brain is still reeling from this presentation. I'm still trying to comprehend. You all have done so much work to determine if you don't put manure in the soil depletes by 20% over whatever time period you said. My brain, I couldn't keep up. And then you talked about how adding manure will increase it by 5. I don't know how you came up with that. I have no choice but to believe you. You made a 3D model of a trenching system. I don't know what wizardry you all possess. It was fantastic. Great job, great presentation. Great
Join the Global Young Innovators Initiative. Transform the world. www.icantransformtheworld.org